It's Friday, March 8th. I'm Paul Huckalak. This is TV7.ca News. Our thanks to Coral Collective for our pineapple-themed set design today. Today, an intermunicipal meeting of the Minds. The Rotary Club goes Blarney. And Lisa Ruffiange talks to a man who says no to photo. But first,
the city is pleased to announce the nominees and performers for the 10th Annual Mayor's Celebration of the Arts Awards. This year, the city received 41 nominations in 6 categories: Arts Champion, Emerging Artist, Established Artist, Excellence in Arts Teaching, Youth Artist, and Lifetime Achievement in the Arts. Louis Lavoie will receive the 2019 Lifetime Achievement in the Arts Award in recognition of the significant regional and international contributions he has made. All other recipients will be announced at the event, and some exciting performers have been scheduled to honor the artists, entertain the audience, and ensure that the event is a memorable tribute to the arts. Acts include Dance Co., Travis Matthews, and Mac Daddy. Also performing is a poet from St. Albert, Ari Zach, who has been writing for the past 5 years. Her poems document self-growth and reflection in dark and poignant ways. The event will be held at the Enjoy Center in partnership with Night of Artists on March 21st. Tickets are available at the Arden Theatre box office or Ticketmaster.
ever thought of coming to work with us? TV7.ca is looking to add a correspondent. Do either you or someone you know have a passion for all things St. Albert? Perhaps you love local sports, politics, culture. Do you have a segment idea? Well, send us a Facebook message or an email at news@tv7.ca. And don't worry about experience. We value energy, a great attitude, and drive. We can't wait to hear from you. And a great example of someone we are looking for is Michelle Parker. She's the host of our Let's Get Fit segment.
Welcome everyone. We're going to talk a little bit about life hacks. So overcome your own excuses. Do you find yourself regularly coming up with new excuses of why you're not exercising? Perhaps you've told yourself you don't have enough time, that exercise is boring, or you don't have the finances right now for joining a fitness studio or perhaps a gym. This week I challenge you to put those excuses aside and to build some fitness life hacks into your routine. Here's some examples. The next time you head to the mall or out to pick up your groceries, rather than looking for that closest parking spot to the door, look for the one farthest away. Get a few extra steps in. Speaking of grabbing groceries, next time grab a basket or two instead of your cart. Looking for more bang for your buck? Add some basket bicep curls while you shop. Taking the dog for a walk? Well, each time your dog squats, you squat. Okay, maybe that one doesn't work for you. Think of crunch, no crunch. Engaging that core while you wait for your dog to do its business. Now we want to hear from you. Share your fitness life hacks in the comments below. You never know when your ideas may inspire another to move more. All right, focusing in on today's move of the week, I mentioned it earlier, it's gonna be our crunch, no crunch. We're gonna be focusing in on that core. So for this one, you can do anywhere. You can do while you're sitting in your car, you can do it while you're in line at the grocery store, or like I said earlier, while your dog is doing his business. So all you're gonna think about is engaging that core. So you're gonna engage that core and then release. So one way to think about how this feels as you're doing this is core engagement and release. Think about somebody about to sucker punch you in the gut. That engagement, that's what I'm talking about. Sort of grinding down that core and then release. So the next time you're at a stoplight, think about doing a crunch, no crunch until that light changes color. Everyone from TV7.ca, I'm Michelle Parker. Thanks for joining.
Mayor Kathy Heron insists that the City of St. Albert does not use photo radar as a cash cow. Earlier this week, our very own Lisa Ruffiange spoke with someone who suggests that the mayor's position is wrong.
If you've driven anywhere in St. Albert or Edmonton, chances are you have felt the sting of a photo radar ticket. The provincial government has announced concerns over the use of photo radar in our province. A recent inquiry prompted by Transportation Minister Brian Mason confirmed what most of us have suspected. Photo radar in some municipalities is nothing more than a cash cow. St. Albert Mayor Kathy Heron has stated that the City of St. Albert personally does not use photo radar for this purpose. Well, I'm joined here with Jack Schultz, who is a self-proclaimed anti-photo radar activist. Now, why is it that you think that photo radar is not an effective means of controlling safety and speed?
It's got nothing to do with safety. And like, for example, these people see a crime being committed, they film the crime being committed, but yet they let the crime continue for up to 10 days, jeopardizing my children as well as yours. And people, like in a school zone, people say, oh, well, if they're going to be there, they should be in a school zone. Me personally, as a father of 7, I don't want to see them in a school zone. And my reason is, you're going to have someone going 70 miles an hour. Maybe they're drunk, car stolen, perhaps their plate's not even registered. They're going to go by and they're going to get a flash. It's not going to stop them. At that end of that school block, I'm going to cross the street with my son, and guess what? He just killed my son. Now in 10 days, when I bury my child, he's going to get a ticket in the mail. It's not justified. Give the contract back to the police like they had it in 2012. Give the opportunity to take the danger off the road before it becomes a tragedy. This guy will either be in jail or taking a bus, and my son's coming home for dinner tonight. It's as simple as that. There's no in between.
Now, I have heard it said, forgive me for playing the devil's advocate, that regardless of whether or not collecting revenue in this manner is a cash cow, that the city has a right to generate funds however it sees fit. What is your response to that?
Well, they're bringing a revenue on the grounds of putting our loved ones in danger, and it's not right. There's nothing to do with photo radar has got anything to do with safety. Like, sure, it's bringing in revenue. We need to bring revenue into our city to gather momentum, but this is not the right way. Not by jeopardizing our loved ones. It's wrong. I believe August 20th, 2016, I put in a FOIP request to the City of Edmonton to see how many trucks were deployed, how many tickets were given out, and how many accidents were in and around a photo radar operator. And on August 20th, none of my protesters protested, and I believe it was 14 vehicles deployed, 982 tickets given out, and 45 collisions in and around photo radar operators. So the following Saturday, we put in another FOIP request for the same information, and this time all my protesters were out. They only gave out 452 tickets, and there was only 25 collisions in and around photo radar operators. So what that tells me is we don't need to be financially hurting our citizens. All we need to do is give a visual warning. My visual warning knocked down tickets by half and knocked down the accidents in and around photo radar by close to 50%. It's a proven fact that all you need is a visual warning to slow traffic down. We don't need to be financially hurting each other.
So regardless of whether it was a upcoming election tactic or what have you, seems like the study that was prompted by Transportation Minister Brian Mason has confirmed what most Edmontonians have suspected for quite some time. For TV7.ca, I'm Lisa Rufianch. Thanks for joining us.
The St. Albert Curling Club is the venue, as the city's Chamber of Commerce invites you to meet the candidates on March 13th. The luncheon welcomes all the candidates from the Morinville, St. Albert, and St. Albert ridings for the upcoming provincial election. The UCP, New Democrat, Green, and Alberta parties will all be represented at the event. You can register for and purchase tickets on the Chamber's website.
Does the Northern Tax Credit apply to you? With tax season right around the corner, Crystal Lucier might be able to help you answer this question in Financial Focus.
I want money.
Do you have family that works up north, a spouse maybe that works in Fort McMurray? Are you aware of the Northern Residence Regulations? There are two different types of Northern Residence deductions. There is the residency deduction and travel benefits that are allocated along with that. To qualify to complete your Northern Residence forms, you need to live on a permanent basis in a prescribed zone. There are two zone areas, Zone A, which is the upper northern, and then Zone B, which is just northern. Fort McMurray falls under Zone B. However, if you live in camp or if you're only up there on a temporary basis, you likely won't qualify for Northern Residence. So it's important that you explain to your professional exactly where you're living up there. Are you in camp? Are you in a residence? Are you paying rent? Are you up there on a permanent basis? Or are you going back and forth? It's important for you to do that so that your professional can determine whether you qualify for the credits and benefits that you're entitled to as being a Northern resident. There is a travel benefit that you can calculate with the lowest of actual expenses and the lowest available flight at the time that you're taking your travel for medical or recreational. You are allowed to claim those if you are living in a northern residence. If you've never claimed a northern residence allowance and it's determined that you should have, you can have a professional file a T1 adjustment for you. Just ask an accountant how to do that. We can go back and make some adjustments to prior years to get you those credits because they are valuable tax credits for you and your family. If you have questions about northern residence allowances or whether you qualify, I recommend that you talk to an accountant or an advisor. I'm Crystal Lucier with Preferred Tax Solutions for TV7.ca.
I want money.
Our city is getting a visit from some alumni on Sunday, March 17th. Service Credit Union Place is proud to host a Montreal Canadiens Alumni hockey game. The spectacle will be presented in both official languages and will feature a VIP event from noon until 1 p.m. Puck drop is at 2. Tickets are available at St. Albert Canadian Tire or online at Montreal Canadiens Alumni Tour. For more information, contact the ACFA Regional Central.
The Rotary Club of St. Albert invites you to the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel, as they will be hosting a Bidding and Blarney 2 fundraiser and auction on Saturday, March 16th. The evening's entertainment will include Edmonton-based rock and blues cover band Vibram Souls, Edmonton's Sealy Dancers, and Canadian singer-songwriter Hayley Benedict. Danny Hooper will also be on hand as the celebrity auctioneer. The Rotary Club hopes to raise over $100,000 with 100% of the proceeds going to charitable causes both locally and internationally with no administration fees taken. You can purchase tickets on the Eventbrite website.
The old Grandin Mall site has seen a lot of changes over the years. The renovations to the original tower are almost complete. 2 of the residential buildings are occupied, and now the retail spaces are starting to fill in. One of those retail tenants is Rose and Onyx Hair Company, and they are this week's Business Spotlight.
My name is Lauren Burrill and I'm the owner of Rose and Onyx Hair Company. We are a special boutique salon in downtown St. Albert that was created as a unique and inclusive atmosphere so everyone could feel welcome here. I wanted to create a space that feels new and airy and clean, but incorporate a lot of materials that were reusable. For instance, our mirrors are made of barnwood, and we took the barn down and we cut up all the wood and removed the nails, and we created an art piece that's a centerpiece in the salon. So Rose and Onyx is a green circle salon, which means that we divert up to 95% of our waste. So the things that would typically go in the garbage, like the wasted color, the color tubes, the hair, those all typically go into the landfill, which isn't necessarily the best thing for the earth. So we divert some of those things and they use it to create other forms of energy, and they use the hair for hair booms and oil spills, which is really cool. So what makes us unique is our inclusive vision, and we charge our haircuts by length instead of gender. So it's something that I've wanted to introduce into our salon for a long time, and the way that I do things. And I think that the way that society is moving into more of a balanced gender atmosphere in terms of, you know, gender identities and where it goes from there. So I really wanted to remove that side of the pricing in the industry and just make it about the hair. Short hair is short hair and long hair is long hair.
The City and Sturgeon County Joint Intermunicipal Affairs Committee, or the IAC, held a regularly scheduled meeting last week to discuss matters of mutual interest. The IAC consists of all members of both municipal councils, and the meeting focused on information reports on the status of annexation and the Recreation Intermunicipal Collaboration Framework projects. and shared information on upcoming capital projects and transportation plans. The committee also amended a work plan to expand the group's discussions on sub-regional transportation network. This was the fourth meeting of the two councils since the October 2017 municipal election. Sturgeon County is committed to regular dialogue with St. Albert, as there are many fronts where sharing ideas and plans will benefit both municipalities, says Sturgeon County Mayor Alana Hnatiw. Mayor Herron commented, "We value our relationship with Sturgeon County and the structured framework the IAC provides us for regular discussions." The next IAC meeting is scheduled to take place in June of 2019. And that's it for this week. If you have any community events or news you'd like to share with our viewers, please send us an email at news@tv7.ca. From all of us here at tv7.ca, I'm Lisa Ruffiange. Have a great week.